Capricorn, as September moves toward its powerful close, something remarkable is unfolding in your life. This isn't just another seasonal shift. It's a cosmic moment designed to stop you in your tracks and make you realize that everything you've endured has been leading you right here. The September Equinox is not only a balance between light and dark, it's a balance between your past and your future, between all the struggles you've carried and the blessings that are now preparing to arrive. And let me ask you, have you ever felt like the universe kept delaying you, like it kept testing your patience and making you wait longer than anyone else for your breakthrough? If you have, then listen closely, because this message was meant for you. And I want you to pause for a second and leave a comment below if this resonates. Because your words are not only energy, they're a signal to the universe that you're ready to step into alignment with your destiny. Before we dive deep, if you find this video informative, make sure to subscribe my channel and hit the like button so you never miss more astrology content that helps you decode the secrets of the stars. Now let's take a closer look at why this September equinox is so significant for you, Capricorn. This isn't simply about the Earth tilting and seasons changing. It's a reset, a cosmic doorway opening wide. Throughout history, civilizations across the world have treated the equinox as sacred. From the Mayans who built temples that align perfectly with the equinox sun, to the Druids who gathered at stone circles to honor the balance of light and dark. This moment has always carried weight. It represents a rare equilibrium, a time when day and night stand equal, reminding us that balance is not only possible, it is necessary. For you, Capricorn, this equinox isn't just about balance. It's about a powerful breakthrough that has been building for years. It's the universe's way of reminding you that nothing you've been through has been wasted. All the slow progress, all the sacrifices you made when no one else seemed to notice, every moment of discipline, restraint, or hard work, it's all been part of a divine plan preparing you for this exact season of your life. Imagine it like climbing a mountain. There were days when the peak seemed too far, when your energy was low, and when it felt like the climb was endless. But with every step, even when it felt repetitive or exhausting, you were building strength, resilience, and wisdom. This equinox is like reaching a higher point on that mountain where, for the first time in a long time, the view is clear, the air feels lighter, and the reward of your persistence finally comes into focus. Think of it this way. Every delay you experienced, every setback that forced you to pause, every not yet moment that made you question your timing, these were not failures. They were Saturn, your ruler, working behind the scenes as the master architect of your destiny. Saturn doesn't allow shortcuts because shortcuts can't sustain long-term success. Instead, Saturn chisels away at what is weak, tests what is fragile, and strips away what is unnecessary, so that only what is strong and enduring remains. It may have felt like punishment at times, but in truth, Saturn was forging you into something unshakable, someone capable of carrying the blessings that are now approaching. And now, as this equinox energy rises, it's as if all that pressure, all that waiting, and all that unseen effort is transforming into visible results. The weight you've carried begins to shift into a crown. The same challenges that once drained you are now the very reasons you are prepared to thrive. Where others might crumble under sudden success, you, Capricorn, have been trained, shaped, and tested to stand tall when your breakthrough finally arrives. This equinox isn't just a seasonal shift, it's the turning of a karmic wheel. The scales are tipping, and after years of investment, it's finally your time to collect the returns. In other words, this is the moment Saturn reveals that it was never withholding. It was protecting you from rushing into opportunities before you were ready, from building on shaky foundations and from settling for less than what you truly deserve. Now the blessings that are coming are not fragile or temporary. They are lasting, substantial, and aligned with the highest version of who you are. You've graduated from the tests, Capricorn, and as this equinox opens the gates, you are stepping into a season of rewards, recognition, and long-awaited elevation. Remember, Capricorn, you are ruled by Saturn, the strict teacher of the zodiac, the planet that never lets anything come too easily. Saturn is not like Jupiter, who showers luck, or Venus, who gives beauty and charm. Saturn's blessings come wrapped in lessons, discipline, and responsibility. It's the planet that asks you to show up, even on the days when you feel tired. It demands consistency when everyone else is chasing shortcuts. It asks for patience in a world that wants everything instantly. And while that may have felt heavy at times, it is exactly why you, Capricorn, are built differently from the rest. Saturn doesn't make things easy, but it ensures that when success comes, it cannot be taken away. Think about it. How many times have you seen people rise quickly, only to fall just as fast? That's not your path. Your path has been slower, steadier, and at times painfully demanding. You've been asked to sacrifice quick wins for long-term gains. While others may have stumbled under Saturn's weight, you have carried it with resilience. There were moments when the road stretched on endlessly, when the climb seemed uphill with no peak in sight, yet you didn't stop. You may have doubted, you may have questioned, but deep down you never abandoned the climb. That persistence is your signature strength, and Saturn has been watching every single step. You've chosen persistence over shortcuts, discipline over chaos, responsibility over recklessness. While others looked for the easy way, you understood that what is built quickly can also collapse quickly. Instead, you committed yourself to the slow, steady building of a foundation that no storm can shake. That kind of perseverance is rare, Capricorn, and it's why Saturn holds you to higher standards than most. Saturn doesn't just want to see if you can succeed, it wants to see if you can sustain success. And now, because you have proven your strength, the reward that is coming to you is not fragile, not temporary, and not just a moment of applause. Your breakthrough is different. It isn't a passing streak of luck or a temporary opportunity that disappears overnight. It's solid, grounded, and rooted in everything you've worked for. It carries weight, permanence, and the ability to transform the entire direction of your life. Saturn doesn't bless lightly, but when it does, it blesses in a way that changes everything. This isn't about a quick rise and fall. It's about a steady elevation that lasts. This reward has your name carved into it because you've earned it, step by step, choice by choice, sacrifice by sacrifice. And when it arrives, it won't just be life-changing. It will feel like the moment you finally see why the hard path was necessary all along. The equinox energy is shining directly on the foundations you've been building. Imagine Saturn standing beside you now, looking at the structure of your life and saying, "Yes, it's strong enough. Yes, you're ready." The whisper of this equinox is simple. Now is your time. And what does that actually look like in your life, Capricorn? For many of you, this equinox brings with it opportunities in your career and finances that may arrive suddenly, almost as if the universe has been waiting for the perfect moment to open the floodgates. Imagine standing at a door you've been knocking on for years, sometimes softly, sometimes desperately, sometimes even questioning if anyone was ever on the other side. And suddenly, without warning, that door swings wide open. That is the kind of energy surrounding you now. It's as though all the effort, all the discipline, and all the silent sacrifices you've made are being acknowledged in a way that can no longer be ignored. Recognition for your hard work, which may have felt invisible for so long, could finally reach you. Perhaps a boss or colleague who overlooked you before suddenly realizes how much you've been holding everything together. Or maybe a project you've poured your energy into, one that seemed to be moving at a snail's pace, finally catches momentum and begins to soar. The pace may accelerate so quickly that you'll look back in disbelief at how slow things once felt. What once felt like resistance will suddenly feel like flow, and you'll realize it was never about delay, it was about timing. Financially, too, the universe may deliver blessings that feel almost miraculous. A long-awaited raise, a new job offer, or even an unexpected stream of income could appear. Some of you may discover that the seeds you planted years ago, investments, business ideas, or side projects, suddenly start bearing fruit. But here's the truth. This is not luck. This is not some random cosmic accident. This is not fortune favoring you by chance. This is the result of years of effort, patience, and the willingness to stay the course when others would have quit. The universe is not rewarding you for luck. It is rewarding you for persistence, for consistency, and for the unshakable discipline that defines you as a Capricorn. And that's what makes this moment so powerful. Anyone can stumble into luck, but luck fades as quickly as it arrives. What you are experiencing now, Capricorn, is far more lasting. This is earned. This is the universe acknowledging your journey, your sacrifices, and your refusal to give up. Even when the odds were stacked against you, it's as if the cosmos itself is standing before you, handing you undeniable proof that every step you've taken, no matter how small, mattered. This is the kind of reward that not only changes your circumstances, but also reaffirms your faith that discipline, patience, and resilience always lead to victory in the end. But the beauty of the equinox is that it doesn't only focus on material success. It brings balance to every area of life, and that includes your heart. Libra's influence during this season highlights fairness, justice, and harmony. For you, this could mean seeing relationships with brand new clarity. If there have been imbalances, times when you gave more than you received, or connections that drained your energy, the truth will rise to the surface. Some relationships may naturally fade or even end, and while that may feel difficult, it is not loss, it is liberation. It is the universe clearing away what no longer matches your vibration. Yet, here's the true gift, Capricorn. The universe never leaves an empty space for long. Whenever something exits your life, whether it's a relationship, a friendship, or even a connection you thought would last forever, it may feel painful in the moment. But remember, the universe does not operate in chaos. It operates with precision. When you release what no longer serves you, you create space for people, experiences, and opportunities that are aligned with the person you are becoming, not the person you once were. And this September Equinox is amplifying that truth in your life more than ever before. The energy you're stepping into now is magnetic. You're attracting people who align with your higher path, individuals who truly see you, who honor your journey, and who support your growth rather than drain it. These are not just casual acquaintances or temporary connections. These are people who will feel like pillars in your life, matching your effort with equal energy, respecting your boundaries, and encouraging your evolution. It's as if the universe is rearranging the cast of your life story, removing characters who no longer belong and bringing in those who will play a significant role in your next chapter. For some of you, this shift could manifest in love. A soulmate connection may arrive at just the right time, almost as if it has been orchestrated by divine timing. You may meet someone who feels destined, someone who reflects your energy and ambition, someone who understands the balance between love and independence that you crave. It won't feel forced, and it won't require you to shrink yourself. It will feel natural, supportive, and deeply aligned. You'll recognize this connection not by its intensity alone, but by the peace and stability it brings to your spirit. For others, this energy could play out within existing relationships. Bonds that may have felt strained or stagnant could suddenly deepen, becoming stronger, healthier, and more nourishing than ever before. Conversations that were once avoided may finally be addressed with honesty, creating space for healing and understanding. Misunderstandings may resolve, and connections built on shaky ground may either transform into something more solid or naturally dissolve, allowing you to move forward with clarity. Either way, the equinox energy ensures that the relationships in your life begin to reflect reciprocity, fairness, and mutual respect. The equinox doesn't just bring endings, it brings recalibration. It asks you to look at your connections through the lens of balance. Are you giving more than you're receiving? Are your relationships supporting your highest potential or holding you back from it? These questions may arise strongly now, and while the answers may not always be easy, they will guide you toward greater alignment. Because ultimately, Capricorn, this is the universe's way of ensuring that your connections finally reflect the love, respect, and support you have always deserved, not as a temporary blessing, but as a lasting foundation for your future. Now, let's talk about the divine sign that is waiting for you, Capricorn. So often, when we hear the word sign, we imagine something dramatic, something so big and undeniable that it shakes us to the core. Lightning flashing across the sky, fireworks bursting at just the right moment, or a miracle so obvious it leaves no room for doubt. And while, yes, sometimes signs can arrive in loud and undeniable ways, the truth is that the universe often prefers subtlety. It speaks in whispers, not shouts. The most powerful signs are often the ones that move quietly through your life, so gently that you might almost miss them if you're not paying attention. These divine signs can appear in ways that feel ordinary on the surface, but extraordinary in meaning. Sometimes it's that sudden wave of peace that washes over you after months of stress and uncertainty, as though the universe is saying, "You can rest now. Everything is aligning." Sometimes it's a moment of crystal clear clarity right in the middle of chaos. An answer to a question you've been holding in your heart, delivered not by chance, but by timing so precise it feels like destiny. Other times it shows up as an opportunity, a job offer, a chance encounter, a conversation that arrives so perfectly aligned with your needs and dreams that it feels like it was placed in your path on purpose. And Capricorn, this September equinox is preparing to deliver exactly that kind of sign to you. The way the universe speaks during this season is not random, it's intentional. The equinox is about balance, harmony, alignment between what is seen and what is unseen. This is why the signs you're about to receive may not scream for your attention, but they will resonate deeply in your soul. You might notice repeating numbers like 111 or 444, songs with lyrics that echo the very thoughts in your heart, or even dreams that carry a message so vivid you can't shake it the next morning. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. The equinox thins the veil between your inner world and the outer world, making it easier for the two to align. But here's the most important part when the universe sends you these quiet yet powerful signs. It's not just about noticing them, it's about trusting them. This is where so many people hesitate. They question, they doubt, they dismiss. They wait for something louder, something that feels more obvious. But Capricorn, you are being asked to trust in the subtlety, to lean into faith instead of waiting for proof. Because the truth is, signs don't create your destiny, they guide you toward it. They're the gentle nudges that whisper, "You're on the right path. Keep going." And so, the question being asked of you during this equinox is simple but life-changing. Will you trust me enough to step forward? The universe isn't promising that every detail will be revealed at once. It isn't handing you a step-by-step plan, but it is handing you confirmation, divine assurance, that you are exactly where you're meant to be, and that the next step will reveal itself when you're ready. All you need to do is trust, listen, and move forward when the whisper comes. Because Capricorn, this is not just about receiving a sign, it's about responding to it. Capricorn, picture your journey as a mountain climb. This isn't just a casual hike. It's been years in the making. You've carried heavy loads, faced harsh conditions, and endured stretches of the path where it felt like the peak would never appear. There were moments when the road was so steep you questioned if you had the strength to continue. Nights when the cold of isolation made you wonder if anyone truly saw or appreciated how far you'd already come. But still, you didn't give up. You pressed forward one step at a time, even when progress felt painfully slow. While others may have looked for shortcuts or abandoned their climb altogether, you stayed steady. You trusted that the summit was real, even when all you could see was another layer of rock and another stretch of path ahead. And now, something extraordinary is happening. With the arrival of the equinox, it's as if the mountain itself is shifting, revealing its highest peak. Suddenly, the path that once felt endless begins to open. You can see the peak glimmering in the distance, and for the first time, you sense just how close you are. But here's the thing, Capricorn. The summit isn't just about standing at the top. It's about what you discover once you reach it. From this higher vantage point, you gain perspective. You finally understand why every single step mattered. Every delay, every detour, every fall you had to recover from was shaping you, building your endurance, sharpening your vision. The mountain was not working against you. It was preparing you for the view. Imagine standing at that peak. The air is crisp, lighter than anything you've breathed before, and the horizon stretches endlessly before you. Suddenly, everything clicks. The struggles weren't meaningless. They were milestones. The exhaustion wasn't punishment. It was training. You see now that every challenge carved strength into your spirit and resilience into your bones. The very trials you once resented are the reason you're able to stand at this height with such clarity and such power. And in this moment, as the equinox opens its cosmic portal, the universe leans in and whispers, "This is what it was all for. This is your reward." Because the truth is, Capricorn, the mountain was never just about the climb. It was about who you became along the way. It was about learning patience when progress was slow, faith when the path seemed endless, and courage when fear tried to pull you backward. And now, as you stand on the edge of this breakthrough, you understand something that only a true climber can. The view is never given, it's earned. You didn't inherit this summit. You created it with every ounce of discipline, sacrifice, and persistence you've shown. This is why the clarity, abundance, and transformation flowing toward you now will feel so profound. It's not luck, it's legacy. It's the universe reflecting back the strength you've built inside yourself all along. So, how do you fully embrace this moment? There are 4 steps. First, stay grounded. Saturn's energy will always remind you to keep your feet firmly on the earth. Big opportunities are coming, but you must handle them with focus, patience, and responsibility. Second, say yes when doors open. Even if you feel nervous or unprepared, don't shrink back. This is your season to rise, not retreat. Third, release the past. Old grudges, outdated beliefs, regrets, or fears are too heavy for the road ahead. Let them go so new blessings have space to flow in. And finally, affirm your power. Speak it every day. Write it down. Say it until you believe it. I am ready for my breakthrough. I am worthy of abundance, love, and success. Remember, your words carry energy, and right now, energy is your greatest tool. Capricorn, this equinox is your turning point. It is the moment when patience proves its worth, when effort transforms into reward, and when the inner strength you've carried so long finally mirrors itself in outer opportunities. This isn't just another date on the calendar. It's the beginning of a chapter that redefines who you are and what you are capable of. Walk boldly into it because destiny has been waiting for this moment. And now, so are you.